This is day 3 of reconstituting dried sourdough starter. As you can see from the level on the side and the level that it did that in less than 24 hours. So it is pretty active. I wouldn't say it's bread baking active just yet. You might end up with a flat loaf, but we're going to try for some pancakes tomorrow morning. If it works out, well, either way, I'll post what happens. So I scoop out a little more than half and try not to get all those boogers down the side of your container. And I put that discard in a bowl. Discard recipes are some of my favorite. And to be clear, discard doesn't have to be garbage. It's just what you're taking out of your starter each day. So I'm using a scoop, and again, I'm using the rye flour that I ground. I'm stirring it up really well. And like I did before, pushing it down the sides and going to readjust the rubber band on the side. The rubber band on the side is really just a visual for you. If you're not forgetful like me, you could probably just go ahead and remember the level it was at. Now I'm using a little bit of paper towel to wipe that. And before you come at me about the paper towels, I buy a case of paper towels in January of last year. So most of what I use is totally renewable and things that I wash and keep, but I do keep a little bit of paper towel for stuff like that. Anyhow, so now what I'm doing is getting the discard water, and I'm using all-purpose flour. It's all-purpose unbleached flour that I got by the 50-pound bags from Lindsay Mills, and a little more of the rye flour. We will eat the whole grain, but my kids do prefer the plain old all-purpose flour and things too. So I stir it. I'm noticing that it's a little thick and chunky like me, but I like my discard pancakes a little thinner, so I'm adding a little bit more water. The bowl I'm mixing in right there is not one of mine. It's a thrift store find. The bowl I'm pouring from is one I made. Why I left my tea on the counter is something for a completely different day. Anyhow, so I'm making sure to stir it. I want the consistency of, it's going to thin out as it activates overnight. So we don't want it terribly thin. We want it maybe like a brownie batter, I guess would be the best consistency to describe what I'm going for here when I'm setting this out overnight. Now again, my family, my food, my fingers, not a problem. They are clean, aside from shoving them up my nose like 4 seconds before. No, I'm kidding. They're total, it's fine. You do you, I'll do me. I use a silicone cover over the top. Again,